business by day, wizard by night. You found the one place where the contracts end and the magic begins. Grab a potion, restore your mana, and pull up a chair. Welcome to the 8-Bit Tavern.
Welcome back to the tavern, everyone. Go ahead and pull up a stool. Get comfortable. It is truly great to see you today. Whether you're driving home from a long shift on the road, unwinding after a heavy week of class, or just getting home from a fantastic day of summer vacation. Or maybe you're just needing a safe harbor to restore your mana before tackling tomorrow's grind. You are exactly where you belong. I'm your host, T. Magician. Tonight, the hearth is roaring, the tavern is quiet, and we are going to have a different kind of conversation. We're stepping away from pure marketing, gaming, and economics even, to talk about the most important project you will ever manage, your own health, your own longevity, and what it means to completely overhaul your life. We're talking about gaming, physical wellness, and a massive personal announcement regarding a real-life character respec. But before we dive into the deep end, let's open up the quest log. We're sitting right at the beginning of June, and let me tell you, the summer heat here isn't playing around anymore. The real estate market is moving fast, and balancing client showings under that blazing sun while keeping up with my administration studies has been a masterclass in time management. But as much as I love the hustle, as much as I love writing contracts by day and casting spells on stream 4 nights a week, I've had to do a lot of deep reflecting lately about balance. You can't be a powerful wizard if you're constantly running your internal batteries down to zero. So, in an effort to recharge my own personal batteries and respec my character in life, I have decided that I'm going to start on a weight loss journey. You may be hearing this after it's taken place or possibly right before, but in the coming days, I will be undergoing gastric sleeve surgery in an attempt to get a better hold of myself and get my life back on track from a well-being standpoint and really make things better for me. I have little ones that count on me and depend on me to be there day in and day out. And as I continue to get older and my body slows, it's time to do this for me. Time to level up my wellness game and put myself in a better place long term. As I've decided to do this, I've had lots of personal thoughts, kind of whether or not to do it. And in the weeks leading up to it, I've kind of started to buy into the lifestyle, to make the changes. Over the course of the last 7 days, I've lost 11 pounds on my own with no help, just by controlling portion sizes and making my life a little bit more physical, getting that little extra bit of activity, taking those extra steps when available, and just allowing myself the chance to really buy into the program and what I need to do moving forward. And so I'm glad you guys are joining me for this. We're not going to touch on it weekly. It's just going to be something that we'll kind of hit on every now and then. But just know that it is going on behind the scenes as I continue to rebuild this character from the ground up and put him in a good place so that he can conquer whatever life may throw at him. To the crew that's come out and watched us stream over the last couple of weeks, and even those of you that have come out and listened to this podcast, we appreciate you guys. It's your support that makes stepping behind the microphone feel so effortless. Reminding everyone that we are live on Twitch, typically every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, beginning at 8:30 Central. And obviously that schedule may be shaken up here as we move forward for the next couple of weeks as we recover. But we're going to try to get back to it and really focus on it and ground ourselves in that as a way to decompress after the day. Tonight, my cup is filled with water. Instead of heavy energy mixes, my mindset is focused and the mana bar is locked in. So let's get into our main topic. Let's talk about role-playing games for a second. Think about Final Fantasy, Elden Ring, or World of Warcraft. When we play an RPG, we spend hours, sometimes hundreds of hours, meticulously managing our character's build. We look at the stat screen. We see our hit points are low, and we look for armor that boosts our vitality. We notice our stamina bar drains too fast when we sprint, so we invest skill points into endurance. We optimize every single metric to make sure our digital avatar can survive the end-game content. But here's the paradox of the gamer. How often do we spend hundreds of hours optimizing a digital character while completely ignoring our own real-life stat screen? For years, a lot of us in the gaming community have used our favorite titles as a form of escapism, and there's a beautiful magic in that. Escapism helps us decompress, but it becomes sort of a trap when we care more about the health bar on the monitor than the heart beating in our own chest. That brings me to the core theme of tonight, the ultimate stat reset. When you make a decision to undergo a medical transformation, like the weight loss surgery that I have coming up, the outside world sometimes misinterprets it. People who don't understand the journey think that it's a shortcut. But as gamers, we all know exactly what it is. It's a massive, high-stakes character respec. You're taking a build that has carried you through the early game, realizing that the current stats aren't viable for the long-term in-game campaign, and making the difficult, disciplined decision to completely rewrite your system architecture. I've spent about the better part of a week on a mostly liquid diet, and then I've slowly reintroduced protein-focused foods into my diet, and with just a little bit of added exercise and motivation, I've managed to drop double digits over the course of 7 days. And so it's great kind of knowing going into it that I have the right mindset and I know what it takes. And I'm going to allow myself the chance to put the stat points that I've earned throughout my life in the correct places, to unlock the appropriate skills, to make sure that this character that I get for this life, where it's a purely hardcore mode. If you die, there is no being brought back. There is no revives. There are no magical potions that you can cast to bring your character back. So through this stat respec, I hope to take this hardcore character that I have on this planet that we call home and to build him for the end game, to make him prepared for any battle that he may face long term, to make sure that he's exactly the character that he needs to be and has exactly the skills, stamina, and strength that he needs to do anything and everything that he may be faced with over the remainder of the game. Think about a massive patch update for an MMO. When a game has been running for a long time on an old engine, things start to lag. The code gets heavy. The performance drops. The developers have to take the servers offline. Clear out that old data, optimize the asset pipeline, and develop a patch that fixes the foundation. That's what this surgery is. It's a mandatory patch update for my physical avatar. It's a decision rooted in the ultimate form of self-marketing, recognizing your worth, protecting your brand, which in this case is you, and ensuring that you can keep creating content, helping clients, and building a community for the next 30, 40, or 50 years. True legendary loot isn't found in a digital chest. It's found in the physical vitality that allows you to live your life to the absolute fullest that it can be. And that brings us straight into this week's Nostalgia Check. Since we're on the topic of health and gaming, I want to travel back to the mid-2000s. I want to talk about the era when the gaming industry tried to force us all to get off the couch, the motion gaming revolution. Do you remember late 2006, the Nintendo Wii launched and suddenly Grandma was throwing strikes in Wii Sports Bowling? The kids were working up a legitimate sweat playing Wii boxing in the living room. I remember having it, and I come from not a super active family, but I remember us having the Wii Sports board and doing the push-ups, the Wii Fitness and the yoga and trying to balance on the board and do all the activities. And I remember my dad playing the bowling. He would get up there, and when he couldn't go to the bowling alley, he would practice at home with the Wii bowling. That was one of the first systems that my parents purchased and that they used. And it was just so interesting to watch them really get into it and create the Mii's to use on the Wii, and it was just so entertaining to see how such a simple system that wasn't very much more than just a GameCube with motion controls got so many people up and moving and really kind of set us up for the VR world now. And in doing so, it's changed gaming. But looking back, it's a beautiful reminder that our hobby doesn't have to be entirely sedentary. As I prepare for this upcoming surgery, my relationship with my gaming setup is evolving. The tavern isn't just a place to sit down anymore. It's a place to stand tall. Post-op life means a strict focus on nutrition, regular movement, and treating my body with the same respect that I treat rare, high-tier loot. The ritual of gaming is going to change for me. And honestly, I couldn't be more excited to discover what a high-energy, fully optimized version of Team Magician looks like behind this desk. We can find motivation to make the changes necessary in the video games that we love and play. I'm going to read 4 quotes to you from different games that show change and the journey and being better is something that is an unwritten theme throughout the gaming world. The first one comes from Persona 5. There's no such thing as without a single flaw. Humans are flawed. That's why we struggle. But we can change. We can grow. This is a reminder that perfect mental and physical health doesn't mean that you're invulnerable. Rather, true health and resilience come from acknowledging our flaws and continuously working to improve ourselves. The next one is from The Legend of Zelda: Skyward Sword. It's about facing hardships. The flow of time is always cruel. Its speed seems different for each body. But no one can change it. Take courage. I believe in you. This franchise was built on the theme of inner courage. When a health, fitness, or mental wellness goal feels daunting, this quote serves as a powerful push to find courage within yourself and to keep moving forward. Horizon Zero Dawn has a great one about forging your own path, in which it states, you don't have to be who they tell you to be. You can choose to be better. You can choose to build a better version of yourself. This is perfect for when you're comparing your health and fitness journey to others. It empowers you to take ownership of your own personal well-being rather than listening to the limiting expectations of others. And lastly, this one comes from Dark Souls, and it's about overcoming setbacks. You who dwells in the dark, make your choice. Draw out your true strength. For a true champion, the path is never easy. This game is famous for its steep difficulty, and the series is all about learning from failure. It's a great metaphor for health journeys. Every slip-up is just a lesson, and you have to draw out your inner strength to conquer your own personal bosses. Before we close the tavern doors for tonight, let's open up the loot bag. This week, the loot bag isn't just about reading a funny comment. It's about setting a collective boundary and a shared goal for this entire community. To anyone out there listening on this podcast who is fighting their own silent battle with health, whether it's mental health, physical wellness, anxiety, or burnout, I want you to know that your current build does not define your final level. You are allowed to hit the pause button. You are allowed to ask for help, to consult the experts, and to change your strategy. I don't think that I would be where I am today if it wasn't for doing what I'm doing now. And I honestly look forward to recording these every week and letting you guys just take a few moments to take a glimpse into my life and into my mind and to kind of get my outlook and my retrospect on things and let you see where I'm coming from, and kind of helps me to ease out of my shell and out of my comfort zone and become a more effective public speaker. I want you guys to know that while the schedule might be seeing a brief shift from our recovery period, the tavern walls aren't going anywhere. I would like each of you to take a minute to drop me your wellness goals, or to let me know if I've been able to help you and recognize it's something that you want to improve in your own life. And that's what makes a true party. We don't enter the dungeon alone. We carry each other. We protect each other's health bar, and we celebrate the victories together. Keep dropping those positive vibes in the chat, because seeing your determination keeps my own mana locked at 100%. All right. That's going to do it for this incredibly special round of the 8-Bit Tavern. If this episode resonated with you, or if you want to join me on this massive journey of transformation, make sure you hit the follow button on Spotify and Apple Podcast. Leave a review. Share it with a friend who might need a reminder that it's never too late to reset their stats. Don't forget that we are typically live 4 days a week over on Twitch, beginning at 8:30 Central. And come hang out with the other party members. Pull up a chair, and let's keep the good vibes flowing. Until next time, keep your head down in the grind, take care of your physical avatar, keep your internal mana fully restored, and I'll see you all in the next level. Goodbye, everyone.